going on? Yeah. Radical. It's July. I think it's the 28th or something like that. I forgot my watch again. Well, didn't forget it. It's charging. Yeah, here to you know, assemble a skateboard. Should be pretty rad. Yeah, you know, I got my summer haircut. Pretty excited about it. I'm happy to join the segment of middle-aged, actually 40-something, mid-40s men who are balding and decide that it's time to, you know, grow a beard and cut the top of their hair down really low. There's a lot of us out there. I see them everywhere. Even more now so that I have joined that club. And I just, whenever I pass someone who has the same look, I just give them a kind of a knowing nod that at one point we had hair. And probably better for our self-confidence. But we're not here to talk about my mental health status as it relates to hair loss. We're here to talk about skateboards. More importantly, building skateboards. And this July is when I decided to do something a little different. Build something a little different. And that's why I picked up this. The Heated Wheel Bank Mauler. I posted a picture of this actually earlier in the week. I had an unboxing video. Unfortunately, I started to go off on a rant about Paul Schmidt for some reason, and the fact that he's not a real professor, and that he didn't even go to college. Somehow he can just identify as a professor. And he's been doing this for like a long ass time. Like before the whole they them pronoun movement thing. Like he may be the father of identifying as something you're not. I don't know how he did it. He's like a 50 millionaire too. But alright. It's the second time I got away from what I was initially talking about. But man, I don't know how he pulled it off. He's a professor. He's a multi-millionaire. I don't get it. One of those he's not, though. He's not a professor. See, I'm losing track. That's why I wasted a whole video unboxing this thing, trying to figure that whole thing out. It's a trip, man. Real trip. But yeah, this is a heated wheel bank mauler. It's a polarizer. Got interested in these a while back. I was taking a look at Goon Sack's Instagram. He has a signature model with them, Peter Hewitt. And I was just watching him free ride on the polarizer, the Fiberflex one. He's just slashing driveways, you know, just rolling over stuff. There's dudes that take these into the park. They skate bowls with them, do hand inverts. Really wild stuff. I don't necessarily have that planned. I just want to jump on it and carve. And I didn't want to go with a really slim version. I actually have some old Red Bull promo boards that I got that I'm going to cut down and attempt to make the ones that have kind of the downward facing nose. The ones that they put the Sure Grip trucks on. I'm trying to locate a set of those Sure Grip trucks in kind of a cheaper way. I think Amazon has them, but they're like $50 or something like that, which seems pretty steep. And also the Heated Wheel does have theirs, their version of the truck too, which you just put on with wood screws. I find that to be really interesting. The whole thing, it is definitely a trip. But I wanted to start in the easiest place, the place that's the most accessible, and that was with this bank mauler. So I'm really excited about it. The direction that they go on the Heated Wheels website is to go with the Ace double aughts. Picked up a set of these while I was on vacation, went to see mi madre, and stopped at Strange House Skateboard Shop on the way back in Central Virginia. And I asked the dude, I was like, Frank, Strange House, I was like, man, I don't happen to have a set of Ace double aughts. I've been having trouble coming across them. It just so happened that he had a set. So I copped these off of him. This is the recommendation, like I said, on the Heated Wheels website. I reached out to them through Instagram, asked what kind of wheels that they suggested that someone would put on there. By all indications in all the videos I saw of this particular board, it looked like the Bones Rough Rider, the ATF, and that kind of confirmed my suspicion. when they messaged me back and said that's what I should get. The 56s worked well. This is before they released the wheel that they have out now, their phase caster wheel. So when I ordered this board, those wheels were yet to be available. So I'm going to go with their initial recommendation. That is the Bones ATF Rough Rider. And this is a great wheel if you're not familiar with it. Very soft, very grippy. This is an 80A, like I said, a 56. These are really smooth, really good. And at some points were hard to get a hold of. This is another Strange House buy right here, an in-person pickup. So I'm pretty stoked about that I was able to find these two parts and actually buy them in person. You know, the online shopping is one thing I do pretty frequently, especially with the reissues and things like that. But in this case, being able to do a cash exchange for something was kind of nice. And to support a shop is also really nice as well. No riser on this, so I'm just going to do the 7/8 hardware. Indy, of course. I stay with the independent parts and hardware. I just believe they're the best. Limit exposure with everything else. Sometimes I might pick something up cosmetically. That's what I was doing with the Trippin hardware because it matched the Ken Park build and the Slasher build so well. That's the only reason I kind of strayed outside of this. Sometimes I do buy the Gullwing, the generic Gullwing hex head hardware if I'm putting a board together that has Gullwing trucks. So I've done that. I can't have any complaints about any of their hardware, but I stay with the Indy stuff. I don't know, I just dig it, man. I guess it's been something that I've been doing forever. Bearings in this, GPRs, always. You know, I don't see any reason to buy anything else at this point. These bearings have always treated me well, and almost all of the setups that I've built recently have GPRs in them, with the exception, I think, of the Ripper. I put Mini logo in there just to stay in the POW ecosystem. But these are fast, serviceable, and durable. Yeah, so that's kind of it. There's not really that much to this. They did send me a free sheet of grip tape with this too. All the grip that I've seen is kind of cut in strips and put on vertically. So I'm going to use that pattern to kind of grip this. I'm just going to cut out strips from what I have over there and then just, you know, stick it on in a vertical fashion. Yeah, first impressions of this board, it's really well constructed. It's a really tight little deck as far as I can tell. It's Canadian maple. It's assembled in Mexico. I think that's the reason why I kind of went off on that whole Paul Schmidt thing, was because this is made in Mexico. I know there are other wood shops in Mexico, but I immediately started thinking about PS sticks for some reason. And I'm still thinking about it. I'm still tripping on it right now. You know, fake professors, man. I don't know. I should probably just let that go. I'm gonna let it go. Build the skateboard. Yeah, pretty stoked. Looking forward to ripping around on this thing. Riding down some hills. Maybe I can get seen in like a parking garage or something here. I know there's a few around the south side that I like to bomb every once in a while. You know, the one by AE is really nice. There's actually 3 in Southside Works you can hit sequentially, and the security there is pretty lax. Still is kind of embarrassing to be 46 and being kicked out of a parking lot. But hey, you know, you gotta skate. You know, what are you gonna do? Anyway, yeah, bank mauler. I'm gonna go with strips of the grip, the Ace, double aught, Indy hardware, 7/8, genuine, Indy, GPR, fast, serviceable, durable. All day, every day. Bones, ATF Rough Rider 80A 56 millimeter. I think this thing is going to look smooth when I'm done. I think it's going to be able to carve. I think it's going to be able to slash. All in all, I think it's going to be dope. At least I hope so. So yeah, build it out. Excited. July. Been having kind of a heat wave here. Just a mini one. It was hot Friday. Not really stifling, but it was the hottest day that we've had all summer. We've only had 2 90-degree days, you know. And they chalk it up to climate change, you know. That, and I believe alien incursions has been kind of headlines that I've been seeing. So naturally, the hot weather, alien incursions, you bring those two things together, what do you have? The Predator. Absolutely. 100%. Great movie. Maybe it was a documentary. We don't know. Predator 2, don't sleep on Predator 2. Danny Glover. There's a new king in the streets. Anyway, right on. Let's get this thing going. About to build this out. So, hope you stick around for the time lapse. Then hope you stick around for the reveal after that. Thanks for tuning in.
The minute before injection.
That'd be it right there. Bank. Mauler. I hope the light's not too. So I'll do this number. Yeah, man. Stoked on how this one came out. I gotta say, sometimes my pants ride up into my crotch and it makes it uncomfortable when I sit, and I even impress myself when I build something. Yeah, totally stoked. Impressed how easily this one went together. It's different when you put a board together that doesn't have risers or rails or anything like that. The grip did take a minute. Really excited with the way it turned out, actually. I think it does it all the justice that I wanted it to. I think that strip method really worked. I've got pretty good coverage from front to back and from side to side, and you know, that'll make it better for the ride. I'm curious as to how this thing turns. I have Indy 109s on, or had Indy 109s on my little suicidal cruiser, the Lance Mountain, kind of pool coping, front side, whatever, Smith. And I wasn't really impressed with how those turned. I hear the double aughts are a little bit better. I'm hoping that's the case. There's only one way to find out. That's take it out and, you know, rip it now that it's gripped. But yeah, I'm stoked. It looks really good. And I'm hoping it's a fun little board to kind of tool around on. The Rough Riders kind of accent that kind of gloss paint job well. I think it fits all in all fairly good. I might change those bushings out. I don't know. I'll have to see how they go. That's the Ace OGs, so that should be the white, the soft Ace bushings. We'll find out. I'm sure that I've got a set of Indies that I can drop in there. I don't know that I'd want to put an Indy hard bushing in there, but maybe. I don't know. I think I would rather have something soft to keep this thing fast and loose. But yeah, all in all, I'm super impressed with it. Really easy to put together. Definitely like the way that the finished product looks. It came out really nice. Like the finish of the board. The deck is nice. The paint is nice. The graphic is transferred on well. So I got to give props to the Heated Wheel and their construction here. And definitely the cosmetic look of it is pretty good. Obviously durability is to be determined as far as riding it goes, and longevity will follow after that. But I think a board like this probably, hopefully, will perform well in those few categories. I'm sure that it will. I have faith. Why would Neil Blender put his name on? You know, I've never really been a huge, I mean, what was it, the Coffee Time board? It's pretty cool, GNS. You know, he had some control there. I think he was about to go in on Alien Workshop, or was an early founder of it, and for some reason backed out of it. Strange, but probably for the best, considering all the drama that went on with it. But I'm glad Workshop is back. Yeah, so I think the Heated Wheel is probably going to be doing some good things. The People Mover Cruiser looks really good. It's a 9.5, 14.75 wheelbase. Kind of small, but you know, I got those jigs to make them a little bigger if I needed to buy one of those, or if I happened to be fortunate enough to come into the money to be able to purchase one of those. I could make the wheelbase a little better, but I'm looking forward to taking this thing out and carving on it. The sooner the better. Luckily, recently everything has been working out really well. My injuries have kind of not healed up, but they've subsided to the point where they're manageable. So I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks that I can actually get some skateboard related footage, not just build skateboards. Yeah, weather permitting, this is the best time. You know, this last part of the hot summer, probably got another month of really kind of hot weather. The joints stay loose in that weather. And then we start moving into fall, and fall's always fun. You should have your timing down by then, and should be able to roll hard at that point. And I'm hoping that I stay well enough and healthy enough to be able to do that. I think I will, you know. Nothing's going to slow me down from trying, that's for sure. So yeah, Bank Mauler. Ace double aughts, Bones Rough Riders, 5680A on these. Indy GPR. Reds, fast, serviceable, and durable. Indy 7/8 hardware. Man, really bombed that. Oh well, gonna keep it rolling. Hopefully everybody will stay in the moment. Right on, man. This one kind of got me a little stoked, actually. Pretty hyped on it. That's a good feeling. Not that I'm not hyped on everything else. Pretty hyped on the Slasher from last month. Really kind of starting to slowly push those stage 4s a little bit. And I've got a really interesting comparison between those and that Bod Boyle Sick Cat that I built. I put the Ace Classics on there. And the Ace Classics, I feel like, are a little bit, I mean, they're at the stage 4s and the Ace Classics have a very similar turn to them. But I feel like the stage 4 is less squirrely. It's very interesting. Not that squirrely is a bad thing in the case of the Ace Classics. I think squirrely is actually a good thing. I mean, I like slim chances. I like to take turns in a fast and reckless way. I enjoy carving. I enjoy getting speed wobbles at the bottom of transition. It lets me know I'm really doing something. And it gives you that little fear, you know. And that fear gives you the adrenaline to climb the next wall, whatever that may be. So the stage 4s, are they better? I don't know. I haven't really come to that conclusion yet. I'm just starting to push them, starting to break into bushings. Same way with those Aces. I put a Shorty's hard bushing in there, the white ones. And like I said, it's a little squirrely, but still, they're very similar. But I mean, I'm leaning toward the Ace not being as good as the Indy Stage 4. I think the Indy Stage 4 is a better truck. It's just a more stable ride. So, And honestly, it does feel a little more familiar to me. So as I'm breaking those in, maybe I might do a comparison of the two later on. But I don't know that I need to. I think if you really wanted to compare them, just go out and get, both sets for yourself and take them out and ride them. But I could give you the word on it if it's something that's interesting. And what else? Man, that's really about it. I know I said I was going to do some, change some of the space up. I'm still looking to do that next month, so I might take a month off. But I do have an idea to build something next month. I would like to build maybe a free ride board, something shaped. I really like the Arbor groundswell, the Sizzler. It looks really good. It's got like a fish tail. I'd like to put a traditional truck on there. I think I said this before. Indy Stage 4 151s, half-inch rise, maybe a bigger wheel. I don't know yet what I'm really looking at there. But I would like to have something for just, slashing down a line, carving, wide turns. I do want to show off a couple of my free ride boards and my slalom board too. I'm hoping to make some videos surrounding those. It's just hard, to get out and film stuff when I'm by myself. Everything is so busy around this part of this town that I live in. It's hard to set up a camera and actually just film yourself without something happening, whether there be somebody curious about what you're doing, whether it be a roving security guard in a parking garage. It's always something so far, but I think if I keep trying, eventually I'll find that space that I can be successful in. And, obviously at the park, trying to get as many clips as I can. Not really, my skating doesn't lend itself to one-off kind of clip after clip. It's more of like succession and, lines versus tricks. But yeah, there's no reason not to try, so. But I'm stoked on the bank mauler. Hopefully I'll be able to, like I said, bomb a couple of parking garages once I get the vibe of this thing and pick up the speed of it and see how the double aughts actually handle. But again, Heated Wheel Bank Mauler, Ace double aughts, Bones, Rough Riders, 56mm ADAs. This is the all-terrain formula. Indy, GPRs, and that's it. Oh, Indy hardware too. And I went with the Allen keyed version of the Indy hardware this time in 7/8. I did 7th again. Damn. 7/8. So it actually went on pretty well, and the Allen key held really well too. So that was a good thing. So that little experiment was done and finished in a positive way. But right on. Hope you guys enjoyed this little build right here. I hope you guys get stoked on the Heated Wheel. Go check out their website. Go check out the polarizers. Like I said, I am going to try to make one. I need to get some orbital jigsaw blades, and I'll start drawing out the shape. But if I do cut one of those out, I'll definitely make a video of that, just to see how it actually does turn out, and the drilling and all the process that goes along with actually making one. I'll take it from start to finish if I can, and I'll try to find some of those sure grip trucks somewhere. I'm sure there's some out there that I can get a hold of. I don't want to spend a ton of money on it. I'm just in the mode right now to save up some stuff so I can work on building some cool shit this winter. And also there's a lot of really sick reissues coming up that I definitely want to invest in, so I'm looking forward to that too. But anyway, right on. I hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's staying cool in this hot weather. If it's AC, you got a fan going on. But believe me when I tell you that climate change and alien incursions ultimately do mean the predator showing back up. And I'm serious about this. It's dangerous out there. And we are the most dangerous game. The one all aliens want to hunt. I mean, I would consider myself like, not at the Arnold Schwarzenegger level of like, this guy's a worthy opponent. I'd probably be down in like D tier, maybe C on my best day. If I was younger, in my prime, C tier. I'd be like a warm-up, you know what I mean? I'd be like the second or third out of the elite unit that gets killed. And, he's like, oh, this guy's skull's cool, I'm going to put it over here. His spine will be over here, but he won't be the centerpiece of everything. But yeah, all right, cool, man. Hope everybody's well. Stay cool. Get out there and carve and grind, slash, rip, for sure.
Only in the hottest years this happens. And this year it grows hot.